Back now on Triad today, just about time for the Roundtable, but a quick shout out to the good folks here at Senior Botanical Garden in Kernersville. Visit the website, come out in the garden. It's beautiful this time of year. You can see all this stuff blooming. We have 3 guys who are blooming right now. On my right, Ogie Overman, he's the left, but he's on the right. Ogie Overman, David Daggett, who was in an earlier segment, talking about Safe Sober program, of course, and Keith Granberry, founder of Helping Hands Consultants. Guys, Forsyth Tech is still in kind of hot water because a drag queen simulated a lewd act on a student as part of a dance performance during a gay pride event last month. Among those who witnessed the act were underage kids who attended middle college classes at Forsyth Tech. I don't want to get into the specifics of it, but in general, should the state legislature ban gay pride and drag queen events at taxpayer-supported schools? Okay.
No, let's don't go there, Jim. That's not even close to necessary. One lewd act, and how lewd was it really? I mean, I've been to gay shows and drag queen shows, and that's kind of part of the deal.
Yeah, but 14-year-olds.
Well.
Yeah, David, you're a parent.
We should go after the lewd act. The lewd act was the problem.
Right.
And that should be the target.
Keith.
I think if you're going to try to ban them, you got to ban everyone. You shouldn't be banning anyone. But I think if someone does something inappropriate, they should be the one who have to suffer the consequences.
All right, speaking of the state legislature, a bill is under consideration that would require high school athletes to play on teams of their birth gender. Would you like to see this bill become law? And will it, Ogie?
I think it's already law in several states.
Several states.
Yeah, again, I think we're going in the wrong direction. I really do.
David.
I think this issue is still evolving. What ticks me off about this is I was in a grade school yesterday. We've got all sorts of issues and problems that we're completely ignoring.
Right.
This one deals with 15 students.
Right.
Let's deal with real problems, not make up problems.
We've got drug problem, violence problem.
Yeah.
Keith, what do you think?
Poverty problems.
I think that you should be in the sport of your gender. I don't think that you can switch over based on physical attributes.
Yeah, especially in high school and college.
This doesn't work.
All right, meanwhile, the North Carolina House is amending the general statute so that any youth operated sport under the authority of a local government can no longer give awards just for participation. Sponsors of the bill say that trophies should only be awarded based on performance. Now, a lot of people were laughing at this piece of legislation, but I thought for a moment, I'd ask you guys, don't you think kids would be better off if we're not giving trophies just for showing up? Ogie.
No, that's one of those political correctness things, self-esteem for kids. I used to coach an adult men's softball team. We went to tournaments all over the place, and some of them gave participation trophies, and we wouldn't even go to those. It's just dumb.
David.
I'm not really in favor of participation trophies, but this is what our legislature is focusing on.
Well, that's why they were laughing about it. Yeah.
Come on.
Keith, what do you think?
I am in favor of participation trophies. We need people to participate. We need people to show up. But I don't think the legislators should get involved in it. But you definitely need people to participate.
But you think that
events.
encourages kids, more kids?
Absolutely.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I get it. Last week, the Maryland Attorney General released a report which said that over a period of 80 years, more than 600 children were sexually abused by over 150 clergy, and the Archdiocese routinely covered up the crimes. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is that the names of the accused clergy were redacted from public view. Guys, are you okay with that, or don't you think in cases like this, the public has the right to know the names of alleged sexual predators? Ogie.
Yeah, actually I do. I mean, it's just a sad situation. It's been going on a long, long time, and it's just another stain on the Catholic Church, and it keeps going on and on and on.
David, should we have...
Terrible, terrible situation. But due process applies, and you should be entitled to go through some sort of process before those names are made public. They shouldn't be just made public by somebody's wave of a wand.
Right.
There has to be due process behind it.
Where do you stand, Keith?
Well, the problem is that even after due process, these people are found guilty. They still names aren't being out there. And I think that they should be out there because anybody else's name will be out there once they're found guilty. Anybody else but the clergy is not happening.
Right. A woman named Tricia Cotham, a Democratic state lawmaker, last week changed her party affiliation to Republican, which means North Carolina GOP will now have veto-proof control over state government. Guys, would you like to see a law passed that would prohibit a legislator from switching political parties between elections? Ogie.
No, I don't think you can. I mean, as sad as this situation is, but what we got to do is vote them out. And Now, I mean, why aren't there protests down in Raleigh? These other states are doing crazy things, and we're just not doing anything.
David?
No, there shouldn't be a law against it. This situation sounds like a little bit of a crazy situation to me, but
Yeah. Keith? Switch
Sounds like
parties.
she cut a deal. I wonder what she's getting for turning over, because nobody's just switching for no reason. Come
Interesting
on. I
part.
think that's where we need to focus.
Interesting point. Finally, researchers at Emory University say that social dancing is better for you than jogging or running. Guys, I'm wondering, I'm going to start with Ogie. When you were at East Carolina as a student, did you dance and hold women tight?
Yes, of course. What do you mean? What kind of question is that?
David, how often do you dance and hold women tight?
in public, rarely. In fact, my office has forbid me to dance in public for fear that it would hurt the brand.
Yeah, yeah.
But with my wife at home, absolutely. I become twinkle toes.
Yeah, how often do you dance and hold a woman tight?
But
Keith?
you asked the question to Ogie. You said, when at East Carolina, he still hold women tight today.
Yeah,
He's still smiling, too.
Let's get that correct.
That's right. He does. We can't do it. We can't
You're
do a
talking about
thing.
East Carolina.
Yeah,
no.
we can't do
today,
a thing. Though. That's
Ogie
right.
still holds women
Well,
tight.
that's all the time we have, except for this. A Michigan man who's in charge of the medical marijuana board was just arrested for taking $100,000 in bribes. And a reporter asked him, "So what did you spend that pot money on?" And he said, "Well, a lot of Twinkies, pizza, and ice cream." I don't know what that means. But anyway. All right, for all of us here, try it today. I'm Jim Longworth. We'll see you next week.